was another welcome dinner in China. Did you enjoy it?
Very much. I really liked the food and both the starter, the dessert, and the main course.
I liked
that
it.
order.
It was very Western, so for me it was perfect.
But there were a few typically Chinese dishes there as well, like the bullfrog.
Yeah, bullfrog. I looked at it. It looked interesting.
And I stayed away from the...
Didn't taste it. But I looked at somebody that ate it, and they looked like they really enjoyed. So I enjoyed through them.
And the chicken claws, also stayed away from those, but you know.
Okay, now the serious part. Tomorrow, another Grand Slam, the second one. And obviously, this time you want to make the final.
For sure. Of course, we want to make the final. I think the main thing that we would like to do this in this period, and especially also this weekend, is just to dance the best we can. We're very happy with the last competition in Cambrils, the European. Unfortunately, we did not make the final. It was very close. So we just need to keep improving and keep dancing really, really good, and we believe it will happen.
And I remember you saying that to a certain extent that was predictable. You coming from 10 dance to specializing standard, there is usually a drop.
Yes.
How do you explain that?
Well, I think the thing is that before, of course, the 10 dance was the main thing. And we did the standard, of course, very seriously. It's the same with the Latin, very seriously. But the main focus was the 10 dance. Now, as we changed over to only doing the standard, there were quite a few things that we wanted to really improve.
We wanted to go into depth whenever you go into depth in dancing, you kind of have to strip away before you can build it up again.
Yeah, exactly. And then naturally it will go down. Like our coach also said, expect for the next 6 to 8 months to a year, the result will go down. And then as you start to practice and the things start to work again in your dancing, the result will start to go up. So we expected this. It's not...
we had hoped, of course, that it wouldn't, but unfortunately he was right.
No, but then on the other hand, you were not very far away. I mean, coming in 7th time after time, I can imagine the frustrations.
Yeah, but it was very frustrating. But actually, I was okay with it because I felt we really danced good, and I know in the end, if you improve a lot and if you dance really good, in time you will get the result for sure.
And now we briefly talked about the venue. It was a big venue last year. It was not filled to the last seat, but it was too big with about 12,000. Now tomorrow it's going to be a little bit smaller. I would assume like 4,000 or something like that. How does that basically work better for you?
It makes a big difference because then you can connect with the audience when you're dancing. You can feel the atmosphere. If people are either sitting too far away, if the arena is too big and there's too much space in between people, you don't really you don't feel the atmosphere and the audience don't feel it. So the experience for either the dancer or for the dancer and for the audience is not as good. So this tomorrow and this weekend will be fantastic.
And everybody knows, the Chinese public is very appreciative, I think, of standard, more so than Latin. And do you look forward to dance tomorrow?
Yes, very much. I think the culture in China is a little bit more standard orientated. In this way, I think also they're fantastic in Latin as well, but the standard I think really hits home somehow. The culture is more fine and refined and elegant, and I think this really suits the standard with the long dresses and the elegance in the way we move across the floor, slightly different to the Latin. Whereas maybe you could go to Cuba and maybe it's completely the opposite way. Yeah. So I think every place has its charms.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for taking the time, and we really wish you the best of luck tomorrow, and we'll hopefully be able to talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Sparkles scattered across the floor.